made you decide to write the book?
You know what? I wrote it because I talked about this a little bit in the book, but there was a point a couple of years ago when I was trying to figure out what this whole manhood thing meant. You know, it kind of dawned on me at some point that I have a son, so I'm trying to teach my son to be a man. But I thought to myself, well, who taught me to be a man? You know? And so it just got me thinking about my father and you know, if I were to be able to ask him a bunch of questions, what would those questions be? You know, I used to say he didn't leave me an instruction manual. So, you know, that's where the idea came from. I just thought, you know, I wish he would have done that for me. So what would it be like if I did it for my son? What happens is society tells men that we shouldn't have that emotion. And so it just cuts off our range of emotions. You know, if you can only be so sad, you've got to stifle it. You know, and by stifling that emotion, you're not able to grow and learn from what everyone else learns by being that sad. You know, there's something that to be learned from being that sad and experiencing that emotion, because that's how you understand the contrast between the sad and the happy. And you know, and there's things that you learn by just going through the pain. My philosophy at this point is, you know, just like I said, you know, the sky's not the limit, and you'll be what you choose to be. I like to believe that on any given day, I can do anything that I think of. Literally anything that I can think of. I mean, think about it. I'm working on, I don't have a job right now. You know, my job is to be a student. That only happened because I decided one day, I'm going to apply to doc programs and become a doctor of psychology. You know, if you would have asked me 5 years ago if that made any sense, I would have told you that didn't make any sense. But one day I said, you know what? I bet they'd let me in. You know, and sure enough, they did. I've made a short film. I've made a record. You know, I started a record label. I've been in different countries playing music. I've written a book. These are all things that I just one day said, I bet I could do that. You know, and you know, I'll call my mom in the morning, and I remember the time I called my mom when we were about to shoot a movie, and I said, "Mom, I'm making a movie today," and she said, "Ruben, you've lost your mind," because it's just totally random, totally off the cuff. But that's me. That's what I do. It's a total rush. You know, every time. Just this morning it happened. I woke my son up to get him ready for school, and I, you know, pick him up and put him in my arms, and he says, "I love you, Dad," just randomly, and that just never gets old. You know, someone loving you that much. Yeah, it can't get old to be that loved.